track, Bob, as well as several of the tracks all around California. I see our starters turn the lights out. We're looking to go green this time by. We go green. Jesse Dean on the inside making a move. A little rack up in turn number 4 with a rollover. And we quickly go red on the track. Did you catch what happened there, Bob?
Car got sideways, T-boned by the 8 machine, and 11 went through it all. So upside down was Dallin McKinney, one of the favorites tonight. And Joe Wagner in 7th.
And they've turned the lights out. We'll be looking for the green this time out at turn 4. We go green.
And Wagner fighting it out for that last transfer spot. Brian Burkett now leading, followed by Ryan Devitt.
Brian Burkett out of Reedley, California, hammer down off turn number 2 with a good 5-car length advantage as he stretches it, going into turn number 3. Pushing up high out of the corner was car number 35, Ryan Devitt out of Capistrano, as he's closing ground, losing a lap now as the 57 car goes down, George Lesenberry. Right flag, one more time to go. Number 45, Brian Burkett. Finishing up second, car number 35, Ryan Devitt.
Followed by Lonnie Lopez, and rather Joe Wagner and Lonnie Lopez. And just missing the transfer spot on the 69 car was Randy Waitman.
So Sexton will get a little warning to hold the line out to the cone in turn 4. Oh, look out, a wreck and a rollover in turn 4. Oh, boy. Quickly out comes the red with a little, pretty soft rollover there, Bob. Didn't look like a heavy hit at all.
No, and the wings really helped, but there is some damage there. You can see the wing on the...
Driver's okay.
Both drivers are okay. Let's give it up for the 2 flippers down there.
That's Mike Walker in the 94 out of Murrieta. And who was the other one? And Danny Swanson in the 76 machine out of Anaheim.
We go green.
Bragg taking a big lead. Greg Bragg over David Goodwill, Marshall Sexton, and Denise Shimshak.
Bragg stretching it out with a good straightaway lead on the rest of the field. main event here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Hammer down, 4 down, 4 to go. David Goodwill in the number 2 car running second. Comes to us out of Fair Oaks, California. Operating on a Yamaha 998cc power plant. The 8 car of Denise Shimshak. White flag, 1 more time to go. On a non-waving green, indicating that you guys are just not held tightly together. The 14 car trying to take advantage of the rest of the field. Hammer down a little too early. Tip Dinners. We go green. And a good run by Taylor into turn number 2, your leader. And here comes Wink Schweitzer on the move up high into turn number 3, barreling on the backside of Taylor.
And Brent Sexton in 44 wanting to make a race of it.
Well, I tell you what, a beautiful car in that 44 car of Brent Sexton as he gets underneath the number 41 car.
Christy Ryder moving into 4th in the other 41.
Wink Schweitzer running 3rd right now, but he's getting overhauled out of turn number 4. Back to 4th he goes.
Brent Sexton took the lead. The Ryder's in 2nd now. Taylor 3rd. Schweitzer 4th. Brent Sexton moving out.
Sexton a good 10 car lengths advantage over the 2nd place runner as he's starting to look at lap traffic. 6 laps down this time by, 2 to go.
Sexton continues a strong lead over Christy Ryder, John Taylor, and now it's
white flag this time by for Brent Sexton. He is on a terror right now, starting to lengthen his lead over Chris DeReuter.
Mike Spencer moves into 4th, but having trouble negotiating turn 1 and 2. Just moved back to 5th.
Brent Sexton, your winner. Chris DeReuter, 2nd. There's your winner, the 44, Chris DeReuter out of Manteca, California. we go yellow on the track as Jake Vickers brings it out with a car up in turn number 2. And we find that is Jeff Stiller in car number 56 out of Norco. Heavy vote on car number 5 up here in the tower. Let's see how he can do. We're about to go green. And it's Robert Shimshak, your leader, deep into turn number 3 off turn 4. Following him is the number 15 car of John Squire out of El Cajon, running second, but he's catching a challenge out of turn number 2, and that looks like the 41A of Greg Bragg. Bragg putting the hammer down on the low side out of 4. That's the 64 car. Ronnie Adams out of Folsom, California, up to second. For the lead now, going into turn 3 as Shimshak opens the door for Squire. Ronnie Adams, we go yellow. Up in turn number 2, it looks like the 25 ride. Who do you have on the 25 there, Bob?
That's Donnie Ganson out of Rialto tonight, running a strong force.
Jake Vickers looks him over. We go green. And Shimshak with a good start, your leader into turn 1 off turn 2. Followed by Ronnie Adams. The battle for third. We got a movement going on right there, Bobby.
Hogan into third.
That's the red number 20 at Dale Hogan on the move right now. Back to fourth, car number 54, James Squire.
And Don Van Dyke into the infield with a flat left rear tire. But as you said, Jared Adams putting all kinds of pressure on Robert Shimshak.
7 laps this time by, Bobby. Let's see what's going to happen with Shimshak and Adams.
Adams is a rookie this year and having a fine season, and again was Northern Stars Lightning Sprint's Rookie of the Year. Just got better and better as the season went by. What a nice clean pass.
You can see 2 different distinct lines of drive. Shimshak runs the high side, Adams down low. Adams is able to maintain a good RPM, and out of turn 4 he made the pass on Shimshak with the white flag. One more time to go. Two more corners for Ronnie Adams. Shimshak giving a last minute run at him, but your winner's going to be Ronnie Adams. Robert Shimshak second. Third goes the number 20 car.
Ryan Hogan, 54 and fourth. That's James Squire the third.
And those are your transferees into the main event. That wraps up our qualifying heat races for the Lightning Sprints. Up next, we'll have round 1 qualifier with the Big Daddies, the 410 cubic inch, 800 plus horsepower wing sprint cars. Jake Vickers has turned the light out. We're looking to go green. No green. No green. A little anticipatory of the green coming out. Car number 25 got too much of an advantage out of turn number 4. A little warmer in. Vickers looks him over. We go green. A good start. First into turn 1, off turn 2. Jason York with Kading right on his backside. Kading looking deep inside. York opens the door. Kading stays down low. York hanging onto the lead. Wheel to wheel down into turn 1. And Kading takes the lead off of turn number 2. Tim Kading. But York coming right back at him. Running third, the 5W of Wayne Williams out of San Bruno. Jack Hottenchild running third, up high out of 4, gets tagged. Oh boy, look out, mama! Wayne Williams making contact with a front chute wall off of Jack Hottenchild's wheel. Your leader still down in the straight is Tim Kading, followed by Jason York. Then you find the 83X of Jack Hotchild. Hotchild right on the rear bumper now of York. Hotchild, a slight jump going into turn one. Oh boy, schooled York, but York coming right back at him. Wheel into turn number three. Hotchild up high, York down low. Kading up real close to the wall into turn number one. Bobby Davis, the 57 car, about to go a lap down. We're on our 7th lap. And Davis keeps the door closed on the bottom side, letting Kading to take the highway around. But Hotchild starting to reel the number 2 car in, the number 10 rather. Tim Kading, Hotchild really closing the door on him now. White flag, one more time to go. Let's see what that beef pecker car can do. Kading running the high side. Hotchild down low off of turn number 2. Vickers flagging the white flag. One more corner. It's going to be the number 10 of Tim Kading. Jack Hotchild second. Third will go to Jason York. And then the next car, the 5W, Wayne Williams out of San Bruno. Oh boy! Tim Kading picking up round 1 qualifier, and Hotchild all over his backside. A few more laps, it might have been a close finish in that big 83X beef packer. Lights are out. We're looking to go green. We go green. Oh boy, on a terror, Ryan Flynn out of Chico, but we're quickly back on the yellow. Jake Vickers looks him over. And we are still on the green. The number 16 car, your leader, Kyle Shields. Followed by Ryan Flynn. A good run off turn number 2 with the green and white machine of Ryan Flynn out of Chico, and Flynn takes the lead. But coming right back at him. Oh boy, making a pass right back is Kyle Shields. As Flynn got up way high in turn 2, he falls back to 4th. 3 abreast off of turn 3. Brent Kading up to 2nd. Kading running 2nd on the low groove as Shield runs up high. And the 2F of Brad Furr in that 3rd spot, looking to move up on high side of Kading off of turn number 4. Kading runs the low side, the red number 2 on the high side. Pass. Kading made the pass as the 16 car of Kyle Shields got up high. And here comes Brad Furr underneath the Kyle Shields. Casey Kane running 3rd. A car spinning in turn number 4. That is the F1 of Ryan Flynn out of Chico. Ryan Flynn losing the handle on it in turn number 4. We're looking for the green. Jake Vickers looks him over. We go green. Oh, a nice start by the number 2M of Kading. Kading hammered down with a good 8-car length advantage now. And here comes Casey Kane into turn number 3 on the low side. A good slide job up to 3rd. Is the 23 car of Kane. Kane trying to get into turn number 1. Couldn't do it, but out of turn 2, he's up to 2nd. And Brad Furr up to 3rd. White flag, one more time to go. Kane looking very good in this much heavier car than he's used to. Normally in a USAC sprint, winning the year 2000 National Points Chase. Here's your winner. Brent Kading, Casey Kane 2nd, Brad Furr 3rd. And fourth goes to the 16 car of Kyle Shiles. Oh boy. These are out. And our final entrant, car number 34, Kurt Nelson out of San Jose. Vickers looks him over. We go green. Tommy Carlson on a good jump start into turn one, off turn two, you leader. Faria running second. Hannigan sitting there in fourth. Hops to the high side. Tarleton runs the low groove. And here comes Hannigan. Hannigan, a good muscle move off turn number two, up to third. Tarleton still your leader, followed by Faria. Then Hannigan, and then the 11X car of Roger Crockett. Crockett holding on to that fourth position. And then we find the 14 car. That's the 14M of Jason Myers. Randy Hannigan making a little contact with Danny Faria out of turn number two as Tarleton checking out from the rest of the field. Almost a complete straightaway. Hannigan drops down low into turn one. Danny Faria drops in to close the door. And here comes Myers. Myers hanging on that fourth spot. Wheel to wheel off turn number four. Who's it going to be? Oh, Faria with a great defensive move into four. Myers watching it from the backside of Hannigan. Hannigan muscles his way into turn number three on the low side. Faria opened the door, but Hannigan couldn't quite put the mustard on the doggy. A little wheel with Hannigan. Hannigan makes a move in front of Faria. As Myers brakes are showing red hot here tonight. Putting that hammer down big time. Tarleton now looking at lap traffic. The 34 car, Kurt Nelson. Hannigan now stretching his lead out in that second position over Danny Faria. And here comes Jason Myers, a good muscle move off of two. Myers up to third. White flag one more time to go for that TCR chassis. Tarleton as it picks up Hannigan second. Myers third. And then Danny Faria, your winner, Tommy Tarleton. Second goes out the 1X of Hannigan. Third to Jason Myers. And fourth to Danny Faria Jr. Oh boy. 410 cooking. Jake Vickers up in the birdcage has turned the lights out, indicating we're looking to go green. Brian Coelho will hold that pole position. No green. No green. Coelho, too much of an advantage off of four. But that 35W, Joey Saldana out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Keep your eyes on him. Third row on the inside. We go green. Oh, a good start by Farias. Coelho got a little loose down low in four. And allowed Faria to pick up a good run on him. And Faria, your leader into turn three. Look out, a spinner. Two cars collected. And we're going to go on the yellow. That is the 44 car of Doug Lippincott, caught up as the 33 car Daniel Hood lost the handle on it, collecting up the yellow 44 of Lippincott. And our pace truck off the track, Coelho and Faria will set the front row pace. We go green. Coelho, your leader, but here comes Joey Saldana. Saldana on the high side. Faria running third, then Damian Gardner. Oh boy, Saldana had a good run off of turn number four and had to get on the brakes as Brian Coelho started to move up toward him. And Saldana makes a pass off of turn number four. 2 down, 8 to go. Oh mama, Saldana on a rip right now. Running the high side. Brian Coelho right in the middle, and Damian Gardner up to third. Ricky Faria fourth. And here comes the 7 in of Stevie Kent working on the high side of Ricky Faria off of turn number 2. Joy Saldana, your leader into turn number 1. Damian Gardner now up to second. Brian Coelho back to third. And Steve Kent now working and makes a pass on Ricky Faria. Oh boy, close contact into turn 4. And we go yellow. He did a complete 360 and almost another 45 degrees. This is the 44 car of Doug Lippincott by Damian Gardner, Brian Coelho, Steve Kent, Ricky Faria, Davey Key. We go green. Damian Gardner drops down low real quick while Saldana with a good RPM run off at turn 2 quickly amasses a 5-car length advantage over Gardner. And the 7 in of Steve Kent looking very strong, currently fourth, but he's running that upper groove, getting a good run on Brian Coelho. Coming off of turn 4, makes the pass on Coelho. Coelho comes right back at him. Oh boy, Gardner took a look underneath the Saldana as he got up high into turn 1 and 2. And Steve Kent there makes the pass up to third. Coelho back to fourth. White flag, one more time to go. Oh, Gardner making a run for it. Up high is Saldana, got a good run off at turn 2, but Damian Gardner right there in the hunt as Stevie Kent up close to the wall in turn number 2. And here's Saldana, closes the door, and your winner. Damian Gardner second, third to Brian Coelho. Steve Kent fourth, Ricky Faria, and Davey Key. Ho-ho, mama. A great finish for Saldana as he closed the door coming out of turn 4 on Gardner. And we'll go down in the winner's circle. It looks like Saldana is going to go off the track. Jake the Snake Vickers in the birdcage, looking him over, gives him a hard look. The RPM rise, the green flag flies. And the 2W make that the 2H leader of David Goodwill. Followed by the 11L, Alani Lopez. And here comes the 41A of Greg Bragg. A muscle move into turn 3, up to third, the 41A of Bragg. The 41R car running fourth, Chris DeRuyter. And then, of course, the red 20 of Hogan. Hogan up real close to the wall into turn number 2. But Greg Bragg trying to find a way around. White flag, one more time to go. Greg Bragg, a muscle move into turn 3. Makes the pass to second, your winner, David Goodwill. Kent sets the pace. Jason Myers next to him. Oh boy, here we go. We're on the green. Jason Myers running second. Your leader is Kent, followed by the 23 of Casey Kane. And Joey Saldana, then Brent Kading. Oh, a wheel stand off of turn number 2. Oh, boy. Steve Kent, Jason Myers, Casey Kane, and Kent comes back in the lead off of turn number 2. Myers back to second. Casey Kane with a muscle move up to third. Joey Saldana running fourth. A wreck in turn 4. We go yellow in turn 4. And somebody making contact with the wall down in turn number 2. That's the beef packer car of Jack Hoddenchild. So the Wild Child and Saldana locking horns down in turns 1 and 2. BK in front of a push truck. Steve Kent was your leader, followed by the 14 of Myers. 6 cars battling for the front 4 positions. Steve Kent, Myers, Kane, Tarleton, Tim Kading, and Jack Hoddenchild. We go green. Tarleton got a good slingshot underneath the Kane, but couldn't quite hold the mustard on the doggy. And here comes the 83 car of the Wild Child, Jack Hoddenchild. Oh boy. Stevie Kent backed it into turn number 1. And got a good run off turn 2. And here comes Hod up to a 4th. Charlton back to 5th. But Kent has found the hot setup right now as he's just leaving the rest of the field. Jason Myers running 2nd. Casey Kane 3rd. Jack Hoddenchild, then Tommy Tarleton, then Tim Kading. White flag out this time by. Steve Kent out of Fresno. Kent 2 more corners to make, and he takes it quite slow through 4. Your winner, Stevie Kent. Jason Myers 2nd. Casey Kane 3rd, and whoa, Wild Child. Jack Hoddenchild right there on the hunt 4th. Tommy Tarleton, then Tim Kading. We're going to go down in the winner's circle right now with my partner, Bobby Gerald, and get a word from Stevie Kent. Somebody else. Lights out. We're looking to go green this time out of turn number 4. Do it. We go green. The 33 car, Daniel Hood, your leader, had trouble earlier tonight. Look out, a spinner into turn number 2. Oh boy. And that'll draw the yellow out as Steve Dyer draws the yellow out of British Columbia, Canada. Jake Vickers has turned the lights out. We're looking to go green this time out of 4. We go green. Kurt Nelson, first into turn 1 off turn 2, your leader. A lot of contact in turn 2. A couple cars locked up. And they go to the infield, draw the yellow. Lights are out. Jake Vickers looks them over. RPM builds. We go green. Oh boy, did Kurt Nelson get a gift or what? A huge start by the 34 car. And up comes the number 75 car. Mike Quigley running 2nd. Running 3rd is the 48 car. That's the 49 of Mike Monahan. Top 2 go to the main event. Right now it's Quigley and Nelson. Bobby Davis in a 57 car. And a pass out of turn number 2 up to 3rd. Comes the 83 car of Steve Tyner out of Rio Linda. And Tyner needs one more position. 10 laps, 5 down this time by, 5 to go. And the young 17-year-old lady, Destiny Hayes out of Chico, makes a pass on Davis. Your leader now approaching turn 3, Kurt Nelson out of San Jose, and he looks like an odds-on favorite to transfer with a white flag out. One more time to go. Kurt Nelson, one more corner, and the 34 car goes to the main event. Kurt Nelson along with the 75 car of Mike Quigley. Those two transfer to the main.
Outside of him, in the 8B from Denver, Colorado, Vicky Swain. We'll get the rest of them later.
We go green.
Cars to watch at the back of the field, of course, are your fast timer, Dallin McKinney, and
Jake Vickers has turned the light out. We'll be looking for the green. Setting the pace to 69 of Randy Waitman out of Ramona. We go green. Good start for Waitman as he's the first in the turn one off turn two, your leader. Josh Williams in a 29 mount. Oh boy, making contact as we go yellow on the track. Williams locking horns with the yellow 47 of Hal Ingstrom. Jake Vickers gives him a hard look as the RPM builds. We go green. Waitman, your leader, into turn number two. Josh Williams, hang on a second, but here comes the nemesis, the 47, Hal Ingstrom. Ingstrom up to third, working on the inside. Then you pick up the 15 car, Josh Squire. Ingstrom makes a pass into turn three. He is up to second, putting the 29 car of Williams back to third. Red on the track, rollover in turn number four.
that looks like the 3H machine of Bernie Hendrickson out of West Valley City, Utah.
Leader as Jake Vickers gives him a hard look. The RPM rise, the green flag flies. Josh Williams running second, but a very hard running 47 of Hal Ingstrom battling in that third spot. Then you pick up the 15 car, John Squire. Michael Spencer in the yellow 47 car out of Temecula. Your leader has checked out from the rest of the field, but here comes Michael Spencer, a slight jump going into turn one, up to second, as Josh Squire back to third. Here comes the number 22 car, Jesse Dean. Dean running in that fourth spot. Randy Waitman, the leader, down the back chute, now working through lap traffic. Tucks it down low into turn number three. Dallin McKinney working in lap traffic. On the move right now. Adjustments has been made to that chassis, and he is looking very strong. 8 laps down this time by. Our leader coming into turn 4 will be 8 laps down, 4 to go.
Van Dyke in the 5 machine into 5th. He needs one more position for a transfer.
Josh Williams battling hard off of turn number 2 with the 22 car. Jesse Dean out of turn 4. Van Dyke in a 5V car on the move out of turn number 2. Good run of steam. White flag this time by. 1 more lap to go. the 69, Randy Waitman. Boy, he had to hammer down. There's our flagman has turned the lights out, indicating that we're ready to lock and load. Nudge your neighbor, make a friendly wager, see if you can pick who's going to win this one. I'm going to go with the F1 Orion Flynn. We go green. Statler off of turn 2, your leader. Peter Murphy coming right back at him. Ricky Faria caught up into some lap traffic, had to get on the brakes. And it's Peter Murphy into the lead. Murphy runs high, Statler down low. Mike Faria running fourth in the yellow number 4. Jim Schaefer in a 14D running third as Murphy and Statler just battling it heavily through 3 and 4. The F1 Orion Flynn currently 5th on the track, but he's catching a lot of heat, and he definitely is in the hunt, coming right back at him from the 98X car of Eric Rossi. Flynn and Rossi back and forth as our leaders will be encountering lap traffic next time down the front chute. Peter Murphy, Jason Statler, Mike Faria, and the 14D of Tim Schaefer. Working very close to that wall, trying to find a little moisture for that right rear tire to get into. And here comes Mike Faria running third, working underneath the double O car, Jason Statler. Ryan Flynn has worked himself up to 5th, and Rossi coming right back at him out of turn number 2. And Rossi back to 5th, Flynn to 6th. Those two give and take lap after lap, corner after corner, as our leaders will be slowed down slightly, working through lap traffic. Peter Murphy still your leader, as Mike Faria has moved up to 2nd. Statler got caught up in the lap traffic, allowing the yellow 4 car of Mike Faria to move up to that 2nd position. We go white flag, 1 more to go. And here comes Mike Faria. Oh, Faria had a look underneath our leader, Peter Murphy. And a checker will come out for the 0 car, Peter Murphy. Mike Faria 2nd. 3rd to the double O, Jason Statler. And 4th goes to the 14D out of Liquipah, Pennsylvania, Tim Schaefer. Oh, boy. Your top 4 transferees getting their times back. The number 4, Mike Faria. The 0 car, Peter Murphy. The double O of Statler, and the 14D of Tim Schaefer out of Liquipah, Pennsylvania. Lights are out. We're looking to go green. Jake Vickers gives him a hard look. We go green. And Brent Sexton hammer down first into turn 1 off turn 2, your leader.
Brent Sexton, followed by David Goodwill, Lonnie Lopez, and Ryan Hogan.
And we go yellow with an altercation in turn number 4. Couple of cars getting hooked up. We go green. Brent Sexton, not a good start as he had the first time out, and working all over his backside, of course, the number 2 car. Scotty Newton right there in the hunt. One down, 29 to go. And here comes the 4 car, Robert Shimshak, running the ridge route.
Keep your eye on the 241 cars, Christy Ryder and Greg Bragg running 3rd and 4th.
a good power move off at turn number 2. Makes the pass on Ryder. Shimshak still opts for the high groove out of turn 4. Brent Sexton, the 44 car, still your leader. Very fast racing all over the track as Shimshak on the move, as well as the 69 car. Randy Waitman qualifying out of his semi on a tear right now.
And Donnie Van Dyke in the 5 machine taking the high road and passing tires.
Waitman up to 10th. Robert Shimshak running 7. And here comes a 5V, Don Van Dyke on the move. Van Dyke very, very quick. Changing some chassis setup on that car. He is looking very good at this point. And Shimshak gets past Brian Burkett. Burkett comes right back at him into turn number 1. Shimshak down low, picks up the inside berm, upsets the chassis. And here comes a Waitman, the 69 car, joining the hunt. Your leader caught up in lap traffic, and Greg Bragg working on him out of turn number 4. And Bragg makes the pass. He's your new leader. Bragg up to second, the 2 car, your leader of Scotty Newton.
David Goodwill being hounded by Greg Bragg. They just split Ryan Devitt. Goodwill leads over Bragg, followed by Duke and D. Ryder.
Sexton back to 3rd, then you pick up Greg Bragg halfway through, this time by 15 down, 15 to go. Shimshak side by side off at turn number 4. Van Dyke coming back at him. Shimshak on the high side into turn 3. Stays on the gas a little bit longer. But Van Dyke off turn 4, unable to hold back Shimshak. Continues to lead over Bragg. Bragg making a run at him now. Goodwill has a huge amount of lap traffic in front of him, and Bragg picked up the inside burn, upset his chassis. Goodwill drops down low into turn 1. Bragg gets caught up in a lap traffic once again.
20 down, 10 to go.
Schweitzer in that 4th position unofficially. Goodwill got a little loose coming into turn 4, and Greg Bragg goes right there on him. But Goodwill has a good run down the back chute, working on the back of the number 4 car, Shimshak. car length difference between him and the leader, Goodwill. There on the rear Nerf bar, reeling Goodwill in. Goodwill with some clean air in front of him. Bragg picks up the inside berm coming out of turn 3. 27 down, 3 to go.
White flag left. Goodwill continues to hang on. And there's Bragg. Bragg ready to make a run at him on the outside. Coming for the checker. It's David Goodwill out of Napa, California. Followed by Greg Bragg. Christy Ryder. Brent Sexton. Anybody's guess after that. Great racing, non-stop. Dr. David Goodwill, your winner in the Ted Hunting fuel-injected Yamaha. The car's out of Sacramento. David Goodwill is a dentist out of Napa, California. Former BCRA champion. This car was driven by Doug Hunting last night in Tulare and finished second, so 2 different drivers, the first and the second, 2 consecutive nights. Very fine machine, ART chassis, fuel-injected Yamaha, and one of the smallest motors in the field tonight.
Unbelievable. The second annual Turkey Night Classic. Yeah, let's wave the hat. Yeah. Hey. Oh man, that brings chills right up my backbone. How about all those adjectives, huh? Oh, boy. Stevie Kinn on the front row. Next to him, Jason Myers in a 14M car. It's time to nudge your neighbor and make that friendly wager. And the race doctor looks out on the field. You know what? I like the hot, but I'm going to go with the 35 car. Lights out. We go green. Everybody making it through turns 1 and 2. Stevie Kinn, your leader, followed by Myers, and here comes Jack Hotchild. Hotchild on the high side into turn number 3. Joyce Aldana, right behind Casey Kane. Kane in 4th. Hotchild with a great run off of turn number 2. Looking for a $10,000 win here. Smell the alcohol as these guys ripping up this 1/3 mile high bank clay oval. 7, 8 laps down. number 4 into turn number 1. Kent followed by Jack Hodchild into the 23 of Casey Kane. The 14 of Myers now up to 3rd. Kane back to 4th. Look out, a spinner into turn 4. Couple of losing the handle on it in turn number 4. That's the 5 car and the 83 car. The 5W of Wayne Williams out of San Bruno. And Hodenschild on the way of the hook. Oh, man. Beef Packers. You never count him out. You know, they got a quick crew over there. They can change a motor in 15 minutes if they had to. Come right back at him. Look at Myers pulling wheel stands. And up high, here comes Casey Kane, the 23 car. Kane runs up high into turn 2. A good run off of the corner. And Kane trying to take over second place from Jason Myers. Kane, a good run off the corner. Kane up high, Myers down low. Your leader still the 7N of Steve Kent. Kane running way up high on the ridge route, trying to muster up some RPM to get around the 14 Emma Jason Myers. Saldana and Randy Hannigan get crossed up mixing horns with the 2M of Brent Kading. Down. Kent into turn number 1. Kane running second as he got past Jason Myers. Casey Kane on a tear, running the ridge route into turn 4. And he comes right on the back bumper of Faria. Faria separating our leaders, the 7N of Kent. Kane got up high in turn 2, scrubbed off some speed. The car spread out all over the track, 20 down, 10 to go. In the 2 car running fourth behind the red 14M of Myers. Kent working through lap traffic. Kane now 2 cars involved in front of him, and Kane loses a handle on it into turn number 2. Keeps on the gas, gives up 5 positions. He tried to slide under one of the slower cars and couldn't make the pass and lost the handle on it. That gives a big breather to our leader now. Steve Kent, the 7N. Joy Saldana moving out of turn number 2. 6 laps remaining, now making 5. Oh, look out, turn number 3. Brian Coelho losing a right front tire. As he spun it, we go yellow on the track. 20 25 down, 5 more to go. Oh boy. Lights are out, we're looking for the green. We go green. Stevie Kent extending his lead over Jason Myers. And Joey Saldana trying to work up, but he can't quite make the grip out of that turn number 2. But Kent working the inside groove right now. 27 down, 3 more to go. Hammer down for Kent as he extends his lead over Myers, now by a good 15 car lengths. And Brad Furr still in the hunt. White flag this time by for Kent. Kent backs it into turn number 1. Oh man. Here comes your winner, $10,000 richer, Steve Kent. Second will be the 14 of Jason Meyer. Brad Furr third. And Joy Saldana fourth. Oh man. $10,000 feature event winner, Steve Kent. Steve's got a lot of people to thank. Here's his car owner, Roger Henderson, running down the racetrack. Those two guys getting a big hug. Again, normally a NARC sanctioned main event pays about $2,500 to win. So we're racing for 4 times the stakes here tonight as far as the winner's share is concerned, and that's why these guys are so fired up. Also, you know that the California drivers get real pumped up anytime some guys from the Midwest or back east get out here. And last night, Jack Hottenchop was able to pick up the win, but tonight, Steve Kent, you got him. And how's this feel?
Thanks, Jason. It feels great. I mean, when we got here today, we rolled in here and we saw this place hard and slick. Roger and I were just smiling from ear to ear. I mean, you know me, Bobby. I mean, when it gets slick, I love it. We got tied up there in traffic, and Hod got by me, and I smoked right back by him, and I thought, man, we're better than I think we are. And I just run the car real hard, and it was the harder I ran it, the better it felt. And when I tried to cruise, I didn't feel so good. So, you know, my hat goes off to Roger and the guys. You know, we kind of do this on a shoestring budget, but I got to thank Eagle Chassis, Pro Shock. There's a ton of other people I got to thank. You know, Bailey Brothers Motor. I mean, Sam has just, this motor that's in this car, I've complained about it every time it's in here. I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. And he keeps working on it. And Sam Bailey, I know you can't hear me, but I like her now.
Yeah, I bet. $10,000 worth of like. All right, so how was traffic for you tonight? Because it was pretty thick out there.
Traffic actually wasn't too bad. I really didn't have a lot of problems with traffic. The car was so nice I could go anywhere I wanted. I had a really nice line down in 1 and 2. Where the guys were running the bottom, and I could come from the top to the bottom and just drive by them down the straightaway, and we were just nice. I mean, ever since we switched to these cars, we've just been dynamite.
Jason Myers was in second place on that last restart. Did you realize how many cars you had between you and Jason?
Well, I had Roger telling me 3, and I had Keith was over there telling me some guys 5 laps to go. I'm like, I don't want to know how many laps to go, guys. But we did good. You know, I was looking for Roger. I try to hunt Roger out whenever I can up there, you know, and Roger and I got a good deal going. We communicate without even talking, and that's part of the key.
Good deal. All right, we want to, we got a plaque here for you. We'll turn it over to the race doctor here, Mike.
Thank you, Bobby. I tell you what, you were backing it in, going into turn 1 and 2. That was your favorite spot, having a good time. A couple times it pulled the left front tire off the ground backing into turn 1.
Yeah, I knew I had a line down there that I kind of found in the dash. Go in there real hard and just run around hard and turn the car like it didn't have a wing on it, and then drive back down to the bottom, and it was working. I made such a long straightaway and got such a good drive coming off the corner that, you know, why give up on it?
Exactly right. We got a couple of special awards here for me. It says, great job, you are first place winner of the best race of the year 2000 by Amelia Myers, and here's another one here by Abigail Myers. I tell you what, Stevie K, you put on a whale of a show. You schooled some of these big dog name boys out here. You had a good start. You run all the way through the race in clean style. You had a lot of work for you. I know you're breathing hard. You had a lot of work going through that lap traffic, but you had a game plan coming in here tonight. What was it?
Oh, I'm breathing harder from the last lap, yelling at myself and trying to find Roger. I was going to do a Vallejo donut down here for him, but I didn't see him. But, no, I mean, we just, we have been so good on dry slick racetracks this year, and, you know, I mean, we switched to these Eagle cars last year, and we come to the racetrack, and we don't tinker with it. We do just a few things here and there, and it's been good. And every time the track gets slick, the slicker it gets, the better we get. And that's my deal. I'm getting a little on in age, and I don't really care for them wet, sticky, rough deals. And I know Roger, he don't like to beat up his race car, so this slick stuff's just A-okay with us.
Well, that's good. You put on a whale of a show. Let's give it up for our winner, Steve Kent. We'll see you tomorrow night on RPM Tonight. Exactly right. Get back here with a quick word from a couple of our other drivers. Bobby Jarrell. And here is a...